Exhibition egena kubeera at a place called Zenson Space. Is it called Zenson Space?
Art Space.
Zenson Art Space.
Say it again.
Zenson Art Space.
Where is that?
It's in Kamocha.
Oh.
And so your exhibition is going to happen at the end of September. And so this is the first visit with part of the team that is going to be a part of organizing that exhibition for you. And we're going to exhibit some of your works, the paintings, the sculptures that you have, some of the materials which you have been sitting on, and those are some of the materials she does, bed covers and all that. And just to really celebrate you, but also to showcase your very long, legacy of art and how you've inspired many. Okay, Mami? Okay.
Asinza kujjukira kubanga tukola art kuviira ddala mu masomero otegedde kale nno nze nali Gaza high school nemba nga art is one of my subject kale nno kweganga art was one of them and sculpture and painting and sculpture kale nno naye nga nali good mu ebintu ebyo at least kakati nno nemba nti bwe nagende Makerere ne bantwala mu School of Fine Art. Nga sinagenda Makerere egayaza nali nedda okujjako okujjukira omusomesa wange omuzungu naye ate yafa dda kati ye yali ani oba Warren oba Warren no Cutler osanga oba Warren there was a Warren yeah, I think Warren mujjukirako ng'ali Kini yajjanga n'akyala ewaffe n'awaka kubanga kitange yalinga yaddirira Kaggo Kasangati essaza Kaggo kale yajjanga n'akyala eka n'alaba kwegamba nga naye ayiga eby'abaddugavu ng'abiyigira waffe okubitegeera nti azze mu Africa okay azze mu nsi y'abaddugavu. Miss Warren yansomesa English actually yansomesa ate subject ya English kakati oya ate ani bannange class yange nanyumirwa nnyo at least nze as a person nanyumirwa nnyo English era English namukolanga bulungi namuyitanga bulungi tusoma literature ntusoma English language kale no twabisoma bulungi ebyo newankubadde nga nze nagattako practical work nga yali paintings and art work naye nga English was my subject.
I think somebody, Lydia, by quoting the Shakespeare. By quoting Shakespeare, you
once more unto the bridge, once more unto the bridge, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing becomes a man as modest, stillness, and humility. But when the blast of war blows in your ears, then imitate the action of the tiger, stiffen up the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard favored rage, and let the brow overwhelm it. Nokweyongerayo. Nazanye emizannyo. Nakola nnyo.
Yagenda mu National Theatre.
Nazanye nnyo.
City Players.
Ani? City Players.
City Players.
Okay.
Or play a Russian soldier. it's a play from Russia.
Nakola nnyo drama e Makerere. Nakolanga drama e Makerere. Kubanga ffe aba art English was one of our subjects again. No, ate nga drama era yali mu English department. N'olwekyo byonna bikola nnyo ebya drama e Makerere.
The newly repaired main hall. Now performing in the main hall, but students. But art students. We were painting the stage.
Yeah, laying out stage, yeah.
Stage design.
Yeah.
The students who participate in designing the stage and so on.
Auntie, fena tuli mu same university, auntie, remember. Fena tuli ate nkyani ate ono ate munnange newankubadde Muteeso yali Muganda naye bakadde we baakolera Teeso n'olwekyo at Bukede Muteeso ono.
A few minutes ago, my son telephoned me from Bukede. There is a contest of schools, post-sports. He's attending. And he said, Daddy, I'm at your birthplace. Yes, I was born in the Bukede.
And my father was a teacher.
Was more than a teacher. Was
Okay,
a
sorry.
headmaster.
A headmaster, a teacher.
Primary school. Wow. Bukede Primary School, where I went for the primary stage of my training. During those days, there was no P7.
There was P6
P1
to 6.
It's very confusing to me. From P1 to P6.
From P6 you go to S1.
S1. No, even to confuse them more. So it's very confusing. Now I look back to Makerere.
Oh, you go to Makerere.
To Makerere.
Hey.
Yeah, we should go to Makerere. Because in S, did I say S4? You do O level,
Yes.
which is now called, what do you call it these days?
It's still O level, but now
O
we have
level,
A
yeah.
level.
Now you do the O level, you pass it well, you go to pass it well, you go to Makerere. For, to confuse you more, for intermediate level. There should be what they term the intermediate of 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
That was from higher level.
Yeah, from the senior.
Yeah, from the senior,
the senior
secondary.
Senior secondary.
Yeah, then you go to
intermediate for 2 years. At Makerere. And you did that at Makerere.
First year art school. Si kyekyo? Art school. Mu art school oyo malayo emyaka 2 ate ne bangattirako education nga mulimu ne art.
Similar to what I described.
Yeah.
You work for 2 years, and then if you do well, you continue.
And then I go in school of education and do art and English language. Kubanga byendi supposed to teach in secondary school, so I do that for 2 years, I think, isn't it, or 3?
You must have done it for.
I'm those over 4. They say
Even 4.
For
art.
yeah.
The practical subject.
Yeah, practical subject. Yeah.
You could have
Nga nsula Mary Stewart. Ani yasulako ku Mary Stewart ku. Nayera tuyima abawala ngera obalaba okay abawala ya toyinza butasoma
tubayambako coursework
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, kale mwebyo. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So, osoma education, English ne art.
Yeah.
Kati, just ngambako maybe lectures. Is it lectures?
Yeah.
Ezakuyimiranga mu English ne art. Biki byolabanga kidde eno n'eno nga byerimu.
English yawooma nnyo naye kubanga yalimu okusoma ebitabo ebyo ebya literature nga biri beautiful, nga biri wonderful, nga biwooma nnyo, you know, and we used to act those, you know, bwe yabanga story ne actingamu nga tugizannyamu emizannyo biki, so byawoomanga nnyo naye ne art si bulamu mbuze ne art yali mulungi nnyo, abasomesa baffe baali balungi nnyo, wa Kingdon baani baani expatriates abazungu ba Jonathan wangi si Jonathan Mike Adams nayinza obutansomesa, ayinza okuba yajja luvannyuma naye ayinza okuba yali mu school oba Jonathan but Todd was yeah, Todd ye muli omukulu naye era yeah, Todd nabirala
kakati n'ekirala gundi omunakenyani
no Ntiro was my
sculptor
Maloba yansomesa nnyo, yansomesa nnyo era ne sculpture wange yenna gwe nnina yali Maloba oyo. Simanyi sirinaabwa kikyo ekireete leetako kyo kya Uncle Tefa.
Njawo yalimu leeta njawo yalimu nga student ate n'afuuka ne teacher. Njawo yakusomesa?
Sijjukira njawo. Teekera wano. Waawo kabalabireko ono Tefa ono yali mwana kojja wange yente yafa naye wano twamusibako bino omwana omu yamukuba ekigo wano wamenyekamenyeka awo awo nemukoga netumuyunga nedda bandage abo bambwe abo nga bato naye n'ebyo byonna byemulaba ebyemiti ebyo nemabega wammwe awo byonna byange ebyo bibiri wali biri ebyo biringanga biguuni naye biringanga ebyo naye and yeah.
That's the result of training in sculpture
n'obwo bwonna obusuwasuwa bwonna bwaffe obwo. Ate bino byonna ebyo byonna sculpture
n'ekirala kyekyokusatu
ani siwulira oyo namuyiga nga ndi mu school of education. I was, because from art school I went to school of education myself. I'm a teacher by profession. So nolwekyo nayigirayo ebintu bingi nnyo ebyo bitaya ndayo ebyo byonna ebyo nabiyigireyo mu education kubanga nga bayagala ate mbisomese mu secondary school. Obusaabukola obwo ono gwe twakola nabiri ne sculpture wali emabega sculpture oyo yenna oyo weaving
supply to guys at junior school. So all those bed covers you sat on outside, that's
influencing sculpture. Ate pottery kubanga naye ndabo inamu
Eh, ne-
walinga throwing.
Ceramics photo.
Ceramics nemukola naye.
Yakola ceramics. That was the other subject I was trying to learn. Yakola painting, sculpture, ne ceramics.
Ne ceramics. Ezo zonna pots zange ezo.
We're throwing
Okuthrowinga.
throwing using the wheel.
The wheel.
Ah,
Because I can't see their hands.
nedda byange byangalo.
You didn't try the
No. The search somanyi oba nakigezaako nekigaana oba saako kya naye nze ebyange byangalo kubanga in secondary school you teach yeah, that's what you teach you don't
I remember mommy building them with her hands.
yeah.
So she taught me. Do I remember?
Practical.
Yeah, but I was always part of her, minion, trying to also do some playing around really. But she used a lot of her hands.
Kati classes zinesatedwa gye wanyumirwanga ennyo. Painting, ceramics ne sculpture nga wogendayo omanyi
Zonna zewooma kubanga ne sculpture awooma yasanyusa ng'awooma nnyo results ne painting awooma nnyo era oba olaba ebyo nabikolera ddala wano. Where's the painting? Sculpture. Those are pottery.
Behind you.
Behind me. Painting.
And there's one here.
And do I have any sculpture?
Auntie.
Eriwa. Mbadde sigiraba. Mbadde sigirabye. Ono yali mwana wa kojjange. Oyo nte yafa. Gwe nakolako gundi. Namukolanga nga mutunulako.
On your journey as a teacher, you have gone through school of education. Maybe
Yeah.
you can tell us more about school of education.
Auntie, need the school of education mugendayo and you see how you prepare your lesson, how you are going to deliver it, how you do this and that. Buli muntu n'agenda aba mathematics ne bagenda ewaabwe naffe aba art ne tugenda ewaffe, buli muntu n'omusomesa we omulala baali bazungu abange bonna ne bakulaga how you will deliver this to the children, how you start, how you do aba S1
Practical results. It was Makerere College School.
yeah, nazikolera Makerere College School kubanga that was the nearest school there ate nga bamanyi nnyo nolwekyo I did my teaching practice at Makerere College School practicals yeah. Abalala ne bagenda mu masomero amalala.
Later, n'ofuukira ya full-time teacher.
Yeah. Anti bwe baba kulaba ng'osomesezza bulungi, they usually, yeah, they retain you.
I first met Lydia like in 1988. We were both at Makerere College School as teachers in the Department of Art. And we worked, both of us, as the teachers of our students. We enjoyed ourselves. We were colleagues who could help each other. And we went along very well. From there, I moved to Makerere University, School of Industrial and Fine Art. And for her, she joined the School of Education, again teaching art to the art teachers. And we continued to interact because Makerere Margaret Trowell School of Fine Art was somehow linked to the School of Education. So we continued exchanging ideas, and we kind of had the same. She has been very keen on product designing, especially fabrics. She was fully in tie-dye. She would make pieces for sale, for exhibition, for making people's clothes. So she was very keen in that particular process of product designing.
And her interaction with me during those lectures has also improved my teaching, the way I handle students. So the students are part of you and you are part of them. So creating that gap, to create a gap that you are on the top, at times is not good. It's important that you interact with them well and be part of them so that they can tell you their challenges, what they go through. And once they complete, then you become colleagues.
Olinayo bewasoma nabo bokyalina friendship with nga okyali bajja ne bakulabako oba mwatambulako mbulamu mwenna ne mutwayingeno
gye bali bangi nnyo be twali nabo e college school naye abamu baloodansi bambi abo baagenda nti Joyce Kaddu baafa ate Frida Kase Aida Mutese olimba nedda twaleeta obatta bantu kwotyo Frida yafa ani yamulamu gyali yafumbira wanendeya n'abalala
naye abo wabasanga mu English tebakola art.
Tebakola art.
Aba art bakyaliwo.
Waliwo art ena
nina abataliiwo
kubanga ffe abasoma art myaka egyo twasomanga ne English. Twali basomesa ba English literature and language and art.
So that's
art was the major and literature and
art was major for you.
Yeah.
Go bali balenga ba major and something, yeah.
Yeah.
Basisika no mu English classes.
Yeah.
So what were her
my major?
Neda bani bebas so Frida Kasebe yasoma nabo mu art school.
Frida Kase tebasomako mu art school. Mu English Baroda Nsibambi, Baroda Kayanja, Roda Nsibambi. English, yeah. Yeah. Art school oba baani benna meeting yo
ekirala abamu bali bana Kenya na Tanzania. Wegeranga nnyo misango
Yeah,
Professor
wasoma naye
Professor Musango Gwantamu ndoza yaliyo nga nange gyendi naye kyasijjukira oba yali mu maaso oba ayinza okuba yali mu maaso ekibiina. Ani? Ani omulala? Yali munjawo. Yali munjawo teyali teacher. Nkyani? Beerabidde. Ate abamu anti abasinga baali b'e Kenya, Tanzania, n'ab'e Uganda naye.
Gundi ono Sekadde yali mu art.
Dorothy Sekadde ekibiina kyange ya. Dorothy Sekadde ekibiina kyange ddala. Kubanga yo twava Gayaza naye. Dorothy Sekadde. Yeah. From Gayaza High School.
Omwana gwajjukira n'obeera omujjukidde nga tubivuddeko okikirayo omwana omu gwe yakusigala mu butwe n'osigala ng'omulowoozaako
nga mumanyi be nasomesa
wobeera omujjukidde yena n'obeera tomumanyi linnya just ojjukire kyamu what made you happy about him
ye baana abaana nno anti bangi naye ate abamu amannya sigajjukira. Olina amannya gojjukirayo gwe? Nzijjukira student naye ani? Yeah, so me say.
Oh, yeah.
Francis Babu was good.
Yamusomesa.
And then I'm so Mr. Francis Babu. Yeah, Francis Babu.
Story y'okusomesa emu.
Abaana ab'e college school abaana baali bakyejjo baali ate balalu ate baali ate naye nga bagezi nnyo neno nga ate bagezi nga bamanyi okusaaga naffe anti ffe ate the trouble we had nti nali Makerere college school ate nga tuli connected ne university kale ng'abaana ate balinganga ab'omu university abantu nga bava eri ne babasomesa naffe tuva eri kwegamba it was a wonderful school, Makerere College School. It really was a wonderful school.
Kubanga yasomesanga wali part-timer ng'asomesa ghetto kids. Kagamba abakyala baali twazirako okulabira abaana abo abalalu. Kakati abaana abo teyagenda mu class. Nga babamuleetera awakaawe in our flat yaffe twali wansi nga bamuleeta abaana abo abatuterenge mu art.
What I was asking earlier, obajjukira aba students, because some of the artists, especially abali basoma African art oba abasomesebwa ba African artists abali mugundi begatta kweyo movement and they became so famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kati mwameka mwamalayo ebbanga ki?
5 years. 5 long cold years. Winter mbi nnyo. Winter yali mbi nnyo.
Kozi Solomon teyazaalibwayo.
Twazalayo omwana
ani
bajje.
Okay.
Kati alina mu America. Twazalayo omwana omulenzi.
Twazaalirayo. Tetwazaalayo. Mwazaalirayo.
Twazalayo omwana Sekebonwa. Agende waabwe.
Then after each time mommy's culture was students were Jeka, and there was such a let's say a culture that anyone could just come home, doing what even that's how you can come home, you can see what so bakolere mu behind the house bakola tie and dyes bakola tie and dyes bakola sculpting, like everything was happening there. It was really like a vibrant place of learning for many students. And after when they would do that,
because especially I remember the course she was taking was doing sculpture. I never did sculpture here as a student. I never produced any sculpture piece. I had never produced any sculpture piece in my life until when I met her. But the way she introduced it made us love it. It was wood carving. We had these logs of wood, and she took us at her home. She used to prepare for us tea, juices, and stories, and we were interacting, and we really produced work which we had never done before. And all of us loved the course, loved the subject. And even others, tie and dye. We never knew tie and dye, but the way she introduced it, it became easy. Everybody could do tie and dye. The weaving, the printing, block printing. She made learning easy by the methodology she was using. And that's when I think I first met her professionally, when we were doing some work of art. Madame Mugambi, she opened her home to students. Can you imagine? Students you don't know, whose backgrounds you don't know. You allow them in your home. And we could go anywhere, in the kitchen, the sitting room, and do anything we want when in our home. That was, first of all, the most welcoming attitude I've ever seen with a teacher. So that was different from any teacher, because so many tutors here have their homes around, but they don't take students to their homes. Neither have I ever taken a big group of students to my home, yet I've been teaching for long. So that sort of approach to teaching students was different. So when you reached her home, she could introduce you. You would find, sometimes she could have these materials collected. She could see these guys cutting trunks of the estates, cutting trees down, the Umeme people. And she could tell them to take the logs to her home. We could find them. Then we could use the simplest tools for carving we want. So we could ask you to select the size of the trunk, the type, the structure of the material, even freedom to use any other material, whether clay or wood. So you are free to use.
I can share you with a snack. I always remember that with Mami students. Yeah, they never left without eating something or going with bananas or whatever.
We would visit each other. We would exchange ideas about our children. So that's basically our relationship.
My name is George Cheyune, and I teach here in the School of Industrial and Fine Arts. And I have known Mrs. Mugambi, I think, since 1990. I say 1990 because that's when I returned to Makerere to teach after 3 years of my graduate training in India, University of Baroda. So when I came back, I knew that she was a neighbor in the School of Education, working with Professor Kalyankolo at the time. And I also knew, obviously, that the students who finished here in the School of Fine Art, some of them would proceed to do a diploma in education and should be their lecturer. So in that regard, I think I got to know her.
Ordinarily, I knew Mrs. Mugambi because we met in different fora. She's an artist. She's a designer. She does weaving. So we used to meet during presentations and exhibitions. But also she teaches in a neighboring institution here. We used to be invited on their exhibitions. But she's also a very social lady. We also met in other fora. In the Senate, in wherever we used to meet. So I knew her originally, but to meet her in a more professional way is when I was undertaking a postgraduate diploma in education. And I was doing it in art and design. So that time we are taken in the course of art and design by Madame Mugambi.
But also because she was a very active, very humorous, woman. She was very, she was very full of life, really. She used to exercise the road. You would find her in the evening doing road work with her husband, sometimes alone. So she was a joy to work with, or to live with, or to interact with. And I didn't know much of her studio side of the story, but I knew that she did some, paintings and fabrics.
And during her art teaching, especially before we even went for the practical, she has a methodology which I think everybody admired. We can't claim we teach, but we can't claim we can never teach like Madame Mugambi, because for her, hers was full of excitement, drama, fantastic demonstrations. And she was so close to the students that much as we were adults, she considered us as if we are people who are just enjoying ourselves, yet we are learning. that approach which she used to, especially from class to the practical courses sessions, is what made us like her course, like what we are doing, and also achieve a lot.
Also because when she taught art, she was teaching people who are going to become art teachers. So an art teacher should be, as of necessity, be able to have a good knowledge and skills in almost all the disciplines of art, because you see, you're not going to tell the headmaster that I can only do painting or teach painting, I can't teach ceramics or weaving, or you had to. So she was versatile, really, in those different materials. So yeah, I think, yes, I met her informally, then I got to know her because of that frequent interactions here at the school. I also knew that she was, a very, sweet.
Yes, actually, Mommy, the wine.
Guess what?
So when, because I'm going to say, when did Uma shows start?
Showgrounds.
Because it was around that area.
Around that time.
2007.
A little far back.
That's when I remember the first one.
So around that area is when her Pawi, because she said selling it at the Uma shows every single time. And she used to do it at home, first in Makerere and then also here. And she used to, the process, if I remember the process was, she used to use pineapples and pawpaws, hence Pawi came from pawpaws. So she called it Pawi, and she used to do that, and then she researched about how to do it, and used to mix with yeast, I don't know, whatever it was. Yeah. Anyway, and then she would ferment it, and waliwo omwanawe, Edward Wamala, one of my cousin, Edward Wamala, who used to actually be, he was doing a course in Makerere University, but he used to come home and help her just ferment it. And then she used to take it to a chemist in Makerere University. And he used to just distill it and make it finer. And she used to package it, just get bottles, we used to clean them, we got stickers. Oh, those chupas. We're at restaurants, but we are looking, I'm a chupa. And then she used to have her stickers and write on Pawi, and it was a hit, by the way. She was one of the first people who said winemaking in you. And I
have my 2 bottles. I don't know where they are, but I have.
They are somewhere.
Want to wish her all the best. I wish her good life. I wish her long life. I wish her everything. And I know God, there's nothing she can ask from God apart from what she got, because she was quite a tremendous lady. God bless her. God give her all that she would need in her life. And I think when I meet her, I wish I could meet her before she retires completely, when she's still producing, when she's still energetic.
Well, I think this was a good idea, a way of starting to document artists. And if you are doing it, that's a very good approach, and I hope we would encourage it, starting from her. Now that health-wise she cannot write about herself, it is us to write about her, and I hope more people will benefit from this, will learn and go on coming up with these messages.
So yeah, I think she's such an admirable personality, and I hope she continues working. I have taken a while before, without seeing her, but I imagine she still has that gusto that vibe, if you like, that she used to have when she was still a staff in Makerere.